Yo, what's up? I'm QuHarrison Terry, and we're back again live at Project Voice. I'm here today with Bradley Metrock. He's the founder of Project Voice. He put all this stuff together, brought myself and Paul together, and I got a few questions for you. I'm sure Paul does too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fire away. I'm in the hot seat. I can't go anywhere.
Alrighty.
I'm captive.
Well, Bradley, what don't you do, man? You have a podcast, you have a book now, you have a conference, and everything's centered and on brand towards voice. So
Yeah.
when you're not, like, are you married to Alexa? Is that your wife?
Google and Samsung would be upset at you saying that. No, I'm not. I'm a big advocate for voice. And the way it was described to me by someone who will be part of this conference, Brian Romley, is when we're born, all we have is our mother's voice in the womb, outside of the womb. Then we go on and develop an inner voice, which guides us for the rest of our lives. So it always stood to reason that as technology evolves, it would arc toward being voice-driven. The moment I heard that, I'm a believer. This is far from a gimmick or a fad. It's a permanent inflection point in technology. We invested heavily in the space, not just resource-wise, but in learning as much as we possibly could about it. Me specifically, I learned as much as I possibly could. And This Week in Voice has turned into a popular show. I host that. We're in season 4 of that. Project Voice has surpassed all attendance expectations that we had. We're blessed to be where we are. But to answer your core question, what am I doing when I'm not doing all this stuff? I'm rooting for my Tennessee Titans as a Nashville resident of 20 years.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still a nerd, so you'll have to educate me on who the Tennessee Titans are.
Tennessee Titans are the Nashville NFL team that is headed to the Super Bowl after they beat the Kansas City Chiefs about a week from now.
All right, yeah. So we'll talk more about football offline.
That's cool.
What I will
just had
do,
to throw it in there.
Yeah. Don't roast me in the comments, y'all. Like, I literally, I'm a geek. I'm not married to Alexa like this guy. So, Project Voice this year is in Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. Paul, you flew from Spain.
I did.
Tell me about your journey.
Yeah, so I went from Valencia, Spain, to
Okay.
Amsterdam, to Detroit, to Nashville, to Chattanooga.
Hold on, I lost count. Spain,
Yeah, I did too.
Detroit, Nashville,
Spain,
Chattanooga.
Amsterdam,
Oh my gosh.
Detroit.
You went 5 places?
Nashville, 5 places.
A 5-leg journey.
Bradley.
Yeah.
Bradley, you made this man do this?
Hey,
Or did you bought an Alexa ad, and when he woke up, he would see his TV, and you're like, you're coming to Project Voice.
you know, there's only one number one event for voice technology and AI in America, and you're in it right now.
Alrighty.
So what more can I say?
So, you made this man catch 5 flights to come to Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Why Chattanooga?
So Chattanooga's a hidden gem.
Okay.
So again, as a Nashville resident of 20 years, even people in Nashville have no clue, much less anywhere else in the United States or world, that Chattanooga has the fastest internet in the United States.
Really? I thought that was a marketing gimmick.
It's a marketing slogan, but it's a true one.
Oh, it's a true one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so around that
Yes.
truth is a burgeoning economy and quietly robust tech scene that has built up in the city.
That makes sense.
So in addition to being a beautiful place, it's a growing place.
Okay.
And people have opportunities to go to New York, Bay Area, Seattle, Chicago, Dallas, wherever else they want to go, major cities, anytime they want.
Right.
To get off the beaten path,
I'm not happy.
there's something special. And one more thought on that.
Okay.
And you'll hear me talk about this in the opening remarks tomorrow.
Okay.
Is that it was not too long ago that a couple of entrepreneurs came together and said, we're going to start a music festival.
Right.
And we're going to put it in the middle of bleeping nowhere.
Right.
An hour and a half to 2 hours outside of Nashville in the middle of a field.
Okay.
And a decade or so later, Bonnaroo is the biggest music festival in the world.
Right.
Sometimes you got to plant the flag.
That's fair.
And that's
Call
what
of
we're
Duty
doing.
reference right there.
What, with Bonnaroo?
No, the plant the
Oh
flag.
yeah,
Capture
sometimes
the
you got
flag.
to sometimes you got to
I'm a nerd.
steal the flag and then
Exactly.
plant it. There
Well,
you
we
go.
can talk about Team Fortress 2 if you want. I can take you
Hey,
there.
I can talk to you about Call of Duty all day, man.
All right, we'll talk about our kill
Yeah.
streaks offline.
There you go.
Meanwhile, if you're in the comments and you have any questions about Chattanooga or any experiences, please let us know. I'd love to read them because this is my first time here. So if you know a place to check out, you can let me and Paul know. This man really especially needs it because he flew 5 journeys.
I'm going to give you one right now.
What's up?
Songbird's Guitar Museum.
Okay.
So these 2 dudes out of New York
Yeah.
have been quietly hoarding famous high dollar guitars for decades.
Wow.
They decided to open a museum.
Mm-hmm.
They commissioned some consultants to study where other museums were and figure out where they ought to open it.
Yep.
These consultants came up with Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay.
Songbirds Guitar Museum, it's a medium-sized sort of place, but the collection's just phenomenal. A lot of great history there. While you're here, check it out.
Alrighty, cool. I'll check that out. You all now know, straight from Bradley. One thing I do want to talk about though with Bradley is before I segue though, I'm still not convinced you don't date Alexa. You know why?
Why?
Like, you picked the place of Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Just happens to be the fastest internet on the planet.
Yeah.
You would need super fast internet to talk to Alexa and with no latency.
Okay, I mean that's true. I mean
that's
sure.
true.
Yeah,
You're sure you don't date Alexa?
I'm sure.
I mean,
but
this could
what's
be
funny
great content. Like if you broke out.
You know what's funny about you saying that is that it's well known among people, at Amazon, and these guys are laughing at this. It is funny. It's well known that with Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri, and now Bixby more and more,
Yeah.
one of the top things that people say to it is, "Will you marry me?"
You know that's why.
This is not a joke.
You're protecting your wife.
Yeah. Sure, but I share Alexa.
know why you wanna know it.
I share Alexa then with like 250,000 other people based on how many people are asking her to marry them. So.
It's 2020. I can't complain.
Hey,
Can you
can't
complain
judge,
about
can't
that?
judge.
No, absolutely.
Can't
I mean,
judge.
hey.
I mean, I would marry Alexa.
You
Why not?
you would marry Alexa?
Yeah, sure.
You're starting to trade.
I've been married for 15 years and at times having Alexa, this person who wouldn't argue with you might be advantageous, but I think you would find there's a lot of other limitations that would be worse.
I have
Yes,
a
that's a
question
good
for
point.
you. If you're
I've
watching
been married
live,
for 15 years,
Yeah.
14 years here, so
if you're watching live, would you marry Alexa? Drop a ring in the comments right now.
I don't know that your spouse would know that you married Alexa, so you could probably
I think
you could probably get away with it.
This is real dark.
Yeah, this is
getting dark. This is getting real dark. Let me know in the comments what you think.
If you're sticking around watching this after that, then I question a lot about you. So
I'm coming back to
You like
I know where I'm going here. I know
like
where I'm
us.
going. So, while we're on this notion of
Yeah.
marrying Alexa,
okay,
you're an extensive user. You both.
yeah.
I'm curious, what's the most delightful voice experience that you've had in 2020 thus far?
You want to go first?
When you replace Alexa's voice with a human voice through even something as simple as an MP3 file, it's a really pleasant experience.
Okay.
Not that I like hearing Alexa's voice. I think it's cool, but we've had some clients at Data Driven Design that have challenged us to say, hey, like let's replace Alexa's voice, let's replace Google's voice. And when you put like Q, if you did an Alexa skill with
Right.
us, like we're maybe talking about doing, right?
Okay, yeah.
We need to use your voice and
My
not
voice,
Alexa. And then
yeah.
you got to do it throughout the entire experience.
I can rock with that. Samuel Jackson just did one, right?
Yeah.
When that's not called an Alexa skill per se. What is it called?
They don't quite know what to call that.
Okay.
It's just replacing Alexa's voice with Samuel L. Jackson, but also adding some pithy stuff he says. Often it's profane. You can choose the profane version or the clean version.
Right.
But they don't have a clue what to call that.
That's fair. And I mean, Google also has something similar where you can replace it with like John Legend's voice or Issa Rae's voice.
Yeah.
I've used that in the past, and it's quite enjoyable. It makes it feel more personalized to
Yeah.
you.
Well, that's a big area where we're going. Like, people talk about personal branding all the time.
Right.
The next step beyond that is, and what's part of personal branding, is voice branding.
Voice branding.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so
This is your most delightful experience? Voice
no,
branding?
this is just an
Oh,
aside.
all right,
I'll
it's
give you my
aside.
personal one in a
Alrighty,
second.
alrighty.
But we're going to get to the point, if we're not already there now, in 2020, where celebrities will be able to monetize their celebrity by selling their voice and selling their persona.
Yeah, their likeness.
And their likeness. That's
Yeah.
right. And so that's a super interesting, because then you start to get into the economics of it. What's it worth?
Yeah.
And so on. That's for another day. My most delightful Alexa experience, witnessed several in putting the book together, but I'll give you a good one.
Yeah.
So with Echo Show devices or Alexa devices that have a front-facing screen,
Okay.
you can go up to those devices and say, Alexa, what am I holding? So if I'm holding an Echo, or if I'm holding a product with a barcode that Amazon sells,
Yeah.
it's going to detect that, and it's going to say, you're holding this, and we sell that. Do you want to buy it either for the first time or buy it again? If it's not a product that Amazon sells, it will sort of Shazam style try to determine what it is that you're holding. Sounds like a gimmick. It kind of is a gimmick, but for people who are low vision or no vision,
Yeah.
there's an incredible accessibility story here, and it's really profound. For that reason alone, by far, for people who need that, it's a reason to buy one of those devices.
I like that.
Yeah.
And we could go on for hours and hours.
We
This
could.
is your conference. I don't want to hold you up because
I got to get to my wedding ceremony with Alexa, so.
I told y'all, this man's just low-key plotting against his wife. He about to pull a Bezos. Didn't he run away from his wife a long time?
Bezos had probably a number of issues. This just may be my one.
All right. Well, hey, I'm not going to out you here.
Okay.
Before we go, do you think he dates Alexa? Drop a thumbs up if you do. Drop a ring if you do. And if you don't, well, there's no need for you to engage.
This is some infamous content here.
Oh, for sure. This is how we do it. Project Voice. This is the
Hey,
kickoff.
I'm
We're
down,
here with the
man.
founder.
I'm down.
I mean, because you're going to educate us about Alexa, but I wanted to know a little bit behind the guy who brought us all together. Because it's not often you meet a guy that says, hey, I'm going to go get an interview with Mark Cuban. I'm going to go write a book. I'm going to go find Paul in Valencia, Spain, and get him to come to Chattanooga.
This man is a beast.
I'm going to find a
He's beast.
QuHarrison. I'm going to find an Ian. And I'm going to produce a conference.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who does that?
we're community builders, and we're in relationship building mode, and we want
With
to know,
Alexa.
with Alexa and everyone else, real or not real or artificial. Okay,
So-
you're real or artificial. Watching this, we want a relationship with you. We want to know what you're doing.
So do you play games or skills with Alexa, like when you are courting her? Because, in America, you have game. And, that's a whole thing that people do.
I would say it was a brief courtship. Yeah, but here we are.
I tried dating Siri once. It
I'm
lasted
sorry.
about 2 weeks.
Okay.
She kept saying she's
getting
sorry.
help for that?
She said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't understand you.
Okay.
And it, went for 2 weeks. And then I eventually just turned her off.
I mean, maybe you should be grateful. Maybe it should have lasted a day, but she tolerated you for 14.
Alrighty, on that note, I'm going to keep it rolling. Thanks for rocking with us. This is a live stream at Project Voice. Paul, any last words,
I
comments?
mean, I'm happy to be here. I'm going to learn a lot this week. Thanks for having us, Brandon.
Yeah, it's a thrill. Thanks to both of you.
Yeah.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.